We're just hanging out here a little bit right now, about to make our way to New York. And we thought we'd sort of reminisce about this trip, the tour across the Northeast. So I brought in some guys you may know, Drew Franklin, Chris Tomlin, and Ryan Lemon, our newest part of the Hey Kentucky family. You know, we're just guys hanging out. That's what we do here in Binghamton. And I'll start with you, Ryan. When you think and look back on this trip, what's going to be the thing that you remember the most?
You mean despite just hanging out and quality time with you four boys?
Yes, I mean, we already are a great family, but what do you remember most about the trip?
Well, without a doubt, the ESPN tour. You know, I grew up watching ESPN, wanted to be on ESPN, knew I was going to be an ESPN anchor, but to be there, walk around the halls like I belonged there, had full reign, get to meet some people there, that was by far the highlight for me. That was pretty cool. You got to admit, that was cool for us.
Now, you did scream throughout the building like a madman.
Yaka!
And I was definitely worried you were going to get me kicked out.
You know, good thing it was a Sunday morning and there weren't a lot of people there, but they were doing live shows like right behind the walls where we were trying to shoot our spots. So, but it was fun, man. Just got to see kind of behind the scenes stuff, how people really act. Got to go in the cafeteria. Got to see like Rex Ryan walking around. Paul Feinbaum was kind of running down the hall.
Can I give you a little bit of a taste here? Go look at this clip right here.
Practiced all my catchphrases. I've gone to breakfast. I've gone to lunch. Hey, it's Randy Moss. You never know who you're going to run to when you're walking around the hallways.
You see that? That's Randy Moss. And like, Randy Moss doesn't even know he's on this clip right now. He seemed to get a little mad. Chris, you are sort of the special events coordinator of Hey Kentucky. What was your favorite part of the trip?
I really enjoyed the opportunity to help steer the mail ferry off the coast of Portland to the outlying islands and deliver some mail to them.
When I see people that are living off the islands up there, I feel like they must be lonely, potential criminals, escapees from the law. What did you find with the various people that live off random islands off the coast of Maine?
They're just like us. They just can't go to Lowe's or Home Depot for windows and aluminum siding. They have to have a boat bring it to their house. It's just like a rural town in Kentucky, only it's much colder, surrounded by water, and you have to get your mail by boat.
Drew, you have co-hosted this show throughout the trip. What memories will you take away?
I think just surviving the Mount Washington wind and us being alive here today is my fondest memory.
Yeah, that day I actually noted the cold one or two times on the show. Hey, Kentucky, I'm cold.
I don't think I've ever been this cold in my entire life.
Thanks for sponsoring. And by the way, HKC Roofing, if you build a roof right now, we'd be more warm than we are. Look at the flags right now. It's 27 degrees and the wind's blowing that cold. Yesterday we were in Portland, Maine, and we thought we were cold. We weren't nearly as cold as we are now. Dude, I'm so cold. It was freezing up here, so that's probably why he came to Kentucky. The one thing we can guarantee is he won't be nearly as cold in Owensboro as we are.
Well, you mentioned his big suits. I would love to have one of those right now as we're freezing to death. But
this is not an exaggeration. I've never been this cold in my life. The Corbin people blame the Central people blame the Corbin people, and I can't feel my lips. I am absolutely freezing.
we survived it, lived to tell about it, but never take me there again.
Well, for me, I think the highlight was, I really like Canada because the people are nice, that you can go to the hospital and they will actually take care of you and not stab you when you walk in. But also, weird things seem to happen to us when we go, and we ended up, not only doing an interview with Kelly Craft, the U.S. ambassador to Canada, but we also ended up at her house. She invited us. We went to dinner. We had breakfast there. And then we got to interview her in front of the Canadian Parliament. Canada is a wonderful country, Ryan Lemon, and they were so hospitable to us. They were more hospitable to us in many ways, Ryan, than our own country is.
And it looked like a lot of it looked like Kentucky. When we were driving a lot of the farmland and the farm machinery, it looked like we were driving across Kentucky most of the time.
Yeah. I love the experience, and I loved Canada, and I highly recommend coming. So for all the folks watching that are Hey Kentucky fans, this has been an awesome trip. We do it every year. I don't know where we're going to end up going next year. We have the basketball game coming up on Saturday. And we also want to say, while we were here, we found out, Drew Franklin, that for the month of October, Hey Kentucky was the #1 show in the ratings in its time slot. We really do thank you very much for watching. When we started, let's just say we weren't the #1 show, but you all have grown with us. The audience has grown, and that's why we do things like this. So we will be back in studio Monday, but we appreciate you jogging along with us.